This is an emergency message from the State Department of Public Safety. At this time, all residents in the vicinity of Westside Township are advised to remain indoors and avoid all non-essential travel. This is a precautionary measure in response to an ongoing investigation involving a local establishment known as the Iron Lantern Bar, located on 7th Street. Earlier this evening, reports were received of unusual activity emanating from the Iron Lantern. Witnesses describe a series of inexplicable phenomena centered around the final hour of operation, known colloquially by locals as the Devil's Last Call. Patrons have reported an unsettling presence that appears after midnight, described as a dark, ephemeral figure with burning eyes, who speaks in a voice that seems both human and unearthly. Initial reports indicate that those who remain past the last call are subjected to profound psychological distress. Whispers that crawl beneath the skin, reflections in the mirror that do not match the person's movements, and a cold shadow that clings to the back of the neck despite the absence of wind or movement. At least 4 individuals have vanished from the premises over the last week, always during this final hour. We urge all citizens to heed this warning and avoid the Iron Lantern Bar until further notice. If you find yourself inside, evacuate immediately at the first sign of discomfort or auditory hallucinations. Do not attempt to confront or communicate with the entity. Such interactions have been linked to sudden, irreversible mental collapse. Surveillance footage recovered last night shows a disturbing pattern. The figure often appears behind the bartender just before last call. Its face a shifting mass of darkness, eyes igniting in a white-hot glare. Patrons caught in its gaze have reported losing the ability to blink, their mouths frozen in a grotesque grin that never fades. It is imperative to understand that this is not a naturally occurring phenomenon, but a targeted parasitic entity feeding on fear and despair. As the minutes tick closer to the witching hour, reports escalate of reality itself beginning to distort inside the bar. Time seems to slow. Walls pulse with a rhythm reminiscent of a heartbeat, and the air grows thick with the scent of sulfur and bird's iron. Attempts to call emergency services from inside have failed. Cell phones lose all signal precisely at 11:57 p.m. If you are near 7th Street tonight, please consider this a final and urgent call to safety. This is not a drill. Lives are at risk. Stay indoors, lock all doors, and do not dare to answer any knocks or calls coming from unknown visitors purporting to be last call attendants. We will provide updates as the situation develops. Until then, remember, do not remind those trapped inside to blink. They remember, but it's not for you. This concludes this emergency broadcast message.